Hi, Glenn Miller here, you know, the guy with cancer. This is video number 5 in my series of I've Got Cancer videos. And as I've told you before, I'm going to try and do one every single day just to help you understand what's going on with cancer. Because I hate to tell you this, okay, there's a good chance that you, God forbid, or someone you know, God forbid, is going to come down with cancer. And if nothing else, maybe you can help them to understand things a little better. No, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a schmuck going through this, trying to make the best of it, and trying to survive. Okay? Now, I haven't had any procedures today. I'm not going to have any on the weekend. I'll be seeing another doctor on Monday, but has nothing to do with the cancer. Okay? It's going to be a few more days before I see people involved with the cancer. But I still want to keep you up to date on what's going on. I'm going to want to keep you understanding how I feel, so on and so forth. So hopefully you can get something worthwhile from watching this video. And do me a favor, share this video with everyone you know, because there may be someone out there who is already suffering and they haven't even told you. In fact, in that subject, okay, get ready for this. I have a very close friend. Now, by the way, yesterday, I'm going to go back. Yesterday, I told you about the fact that I grew up with 4 other guys, 5 of us. 3 of us came down with cancer. 1 of us is dead because of it. Okay? So the 5 of us, 60% of us had cancer. Okay? Now I find out today that a very close friend, her grandson at the age of 21 has Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now, there's Hodgkin's lymphoma, there's non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. If you gotta get one, the one this kid has is certainly the one to get. Okay? They say the success rate is going to be around 80% or better. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, man, in most cases, it's pretty close to a death sentence. That's today. That doesn't mean a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, when a friend of yours comes down with that, God forbid, it doesn't mean that they won't have better treatment for it then. Okay, I'm just telling you what's going on now. And this is on, what is today's date? Today's the 10th. Today's Friday the 10th, I believe, 10th or 11th. And that's in July 2026. Okay, so let's see. I want to tell you about what's coming up for me with my chemo treatments. Basically, my chemo oncologist told me there are 2 types of chemo that I can be given. One is the high octane one, woof, and the other one is not quite as high octane. Unfortunately, because I have hearing problems, and more so because I have some, not major, but minor issues with kidneys, the doctor isn't going to give me the high-octane one, which is called carboplatin. Okay, now, of course, we all want the best. I want the best. You want the best. But he said he's not giving me the carboplatin. But I said, gee, doc, come on. I don't care. I don't want to be a deaf corpse. And he said, that's not the issue as much as it's very powerful, it's very strong, and if you don't tolerate it well, we may have to interrupt treatment. You might have to go into the hospital for weeks. That's going to interrupt your treatment. And you can't do this, you can't beat this with just the radiation. By the way, these are my words, not necessarily his, but I'm pointing all this stuff out to you. So they're going to be giving me, what's it called? Paclitaxel, okay? Which is still very effective, as he tells me, and probably won't end up putting me in the hospital as I just described the other stuff. So that's what we're looking at. That's what I'm going to be getting. And it's going to be, starting on the 23rd, it's going to be, one day will be the chemo as well as the radiation, and then the other 4 days of the week will be radiation only. Okay? And I don't know if I told you, I did tell you this, but maybe you're just tuning in now. They're going to be putting a port in my chest. That's where the chemo is going to go. Also, eating is going to be quite difficult, I have been told. So they're also putting what they call a peg tube that is going to be attached to my stomach. I can't wait for that to be, that process to begin. But I'll be able to feed myself through a feeding tube if I have to. And as I told you in previous videos, my tongue cancer, it's way down here. We don't think of our tongue going all the way down, but it does. Okay. It's painful for me to talk. I can't talk. I'm talking, of course, but it's painful. So that's why these videos, I'm really keeping them to 10 minutes or less if I can help it. Because after I do this video, I'm going to have to sit and relax and not say a word for probably a half hour, 20 minutes, which also put a big crimp on my being able to make a living, because most of us have to talk in our jobs. In fact, I was in sales. I'm also a hypnotist. Guess what you got to do in both of those? You got to talk. So it is making my life very difficult. By the way, yes, this is another plug for help. Okay, I have a GoFundMe page, which is really now pretty much my only source of income. I'm also doing Uber, but that doesn't pay much, believe me. Anyhow, if you can go to my GoFundMe page, make a donation, that would be wonderful. If you can't make a donation, I totally understand. If you have any questions about cancer and what the things that I'm saying, I invite you to go to my website. It's there on the screen. You can go to my website, which is, not my website, what an idiot. I have chemo brain, I haven't had chemo yet. My email, okay? You can go to my email and you can, ask me any question. I will be happy to answer any question for you that I can. I will always respond, and that has nothing to do with whether or not you make a donation. If you can make a donation, that's great, please do. If you cannot make a donation, I totally understand. I totally get it, okay? But feel free to ask any question at all, whether it's about cancer, whether it's about life, whether it's, gee, should I buy this car or that car? Should I take this job or that job? I'm thinking of breaking up with my girlfriend. I'm thinking of getting closer with my girlfriend or my boyfriend. You get the idea. Okay, so my email address, sorry for all the shaky hands. My email address is glennmillerk20@gmail.com. Feel free to write me anytime. Have a wonderful day. And my dear God, please stay safe. Tell your friends about this. Tell them about the things that I was talking about. But best yet, tell them about my GoFundMe page. And more so, tell them about this video so they too can watch it. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. And as I say, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless.